J.T. Smith and Meyer here. The Bearcats lose their fifth straight. This one to Baylor, 32-29. This is their fourth loss at Nipper Stadium this year. This was a game where they shot themselves in the foot. They outgained Baylor. They didn't take points twice, and they ended up burning them. You know, they lose by 3 points. Had a play in the first half on 4th and 1. On the mesh, they fumble. That time they could have took the points possibly. Looked like some people were open, but at the same time they could have took the points. Then in the second half they were down 12. Were they down 12 or 9? 12. They're down 12. Didn't take the points. So you know, and Carter Brown's been pretty solid all year. So that, you know, those 6 points came to burn the Bearcats at the end of the day. But you know, it's a couple, you know, very good performances even in the loss. Neil, what was your takeaway from this game?
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is those 2 drives right there. Obviously, you like to be aggressive. We know Coach Satterfield loves to be aggressive. But in this situation, the 1 drives early, you take the points. I mean, that's just an easy call, I feel like. But, I mean, I don't mind going for 7. I like the call, but it's like against a team where they were starting to drive and get that momentum, you got to take all the points you can. And those were 2 big drives there where 4th and 1 and 4th and 4.
Yeah.
You got to take the points, especially when Carter Brown's been more than enough in the kicking game. I think he's only missed 2 field goals all season, and 1 just happened to be blocked, and the other was a 54-yarder. Like, he's been excellent all season. But overall, I mean, we talked about those 2 drives, and Scott Satterfield mentioned it post-game that there were some drives he wishes he would have done things differently, a couple calls, made some changes. I mean, he talked about that post-game. So we'll have that full quote available for you here in a couple minutes. But, I mean, overall, that was just the big thing. I thought the defense played their butts off. I mean, I think the momentum turned off the kick return from Braden Smith. Yeah. I mean, he muffed it from the beginning. He picks it up, takes a hard shot, ball comes out, falls right in the lap of the linebacker on the special teams. Easy touchdown. I think that was what really kind of changed momentum, and then they had to play from behind. And once you play from behind, especially versus any team in the Big 12, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So, and Baylor did a good job at just keeping their foot on the gas, long drives, chipping field goals when they needed to. I mean, their kicker went, 5 for 5 today, it seemed?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was just not missing. So, automatic from wherever he was out here. So, I mean, overall, like, those 2 drives hurt the Bearcats. I mean, takeaways, we're talking Corey Kiner and Miles Montgomery had arguably their best game of the season. Corey rattled off 132 yards on 15 carries, 3 carries of over 30 yards between the 2. Miles broke out a little spin cycle, hit a 38-yard touchdown run, and then Corey started second play from scrimmage, took 140 yards down the seam. And then he followed it back up later in the game with another big run of 38, I believe, or 40. So, I mean, overall, it was great to see the running backs really get involved. I know everyone's kind of been waiting for that. It was great to see Miles have a great day, career day. 10 carries, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That was the kind of day that everyone was expecting from Miles Montgomery. It was just about when it would happen. So I think those were the biggest 2 takeaways there. So, I mean, and then on the defensive side, Deshaun Pace had an absolute heck of a game today. 11 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for loss, a quarterback hurry, and a pass breakup. Like, stuffed the stat sheet in every category. So I thought the energy that Deshaun Pace played with today was contagious.
For sure, man. Now the Bearcats are 2-5. Next week they will be on the road against Oklahoma State, another team that seemed like they're starting to get their legs together, and it's going to be a road game. So we'll see what happens. They play at 8 p.m. on the road. We know if you've been watching the Big 12 at all, have any knowledge, you know that's a interesting place to play. So we'll see how the Bearcats do, see if they can lick their wounds and get it together. So, but just make sure you check out the Front Office News, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll have video of Coach Satterfield, Corey Kiner, Evan Prater, and Juwan Briggs. Almost said Briggs, accident too. So, but just make sure you guys check that out, man. Support, and the recap will be up too. It'll be up in the next probably 30 minutes or so. So make sure you guys check on the site and see what me and my man Neil are dropping for y'all.